Are you serious? Are you serious? Folks, there's some very disturbing news coming out of Saudi Arabia. Dozens of Christians have been arrested at a prayer meeting in Saudi Arabia. And the Americans are in need of help, according to a key lawmaker who is pressing the State Department on their behalf. Some 28 people were rounded up Friday by hardline radical Muslim Islamists from the Commission of the Promotion of Virtue and Prevention of Vice in the home of an Indian national in the eastern Saudi city of Kaifi. And the current situation is unknown, according to the human rights advocates. Quote, Saudi Arabia is continuing the religious cleansing that has always been its official policy, said Nina Shea, director of Washington-based Hudson Institute Center for Religious Freedom. She told FoxNews.com, quote, it is the only nation state in the world with the official policy of banning all churches. This is enforced even though there are over 2 million Christian foreign workers in that country. Those victimized are typically poor from Asian and African countries with weak governments. Now, in Friday's crackdown, several Bibles were confiscated, according to the reports from the kingdom. And Representative Frank Wolf of Virginia told FoxNews.com that he will press the U.S. ambassador and the State Department to assist these arrested Christians. Quote, I hope our government will speak up, said Wolf, adding that the anti-Christian raid was not surprising, given the Saudi regime did not want our soldiers to wear crosses during the Desert Storm operation of 1991 to stop Iraq. Now, a spokeswoman for Saudi Arabia's embassy press officer in Washington told FoxNews.com that there was nothing on the arrest of Christians, just calling the Saudi Gazette newspaper. So, folks, Christians are being persecuted. They are being persecuted all over the world. And Saudi Arabia, Saudi Arabia, they always want our help whenever there's a problem in the Middle East. Please, please, come help us, please. But then they mistreat our Christian workers, our Christian soldiers, and now they're arresting just Christians in general, confiscating the Bible from them. The devil wants to take your word from your hands. And in America, this stuff is going on in 40 different nations of the world. It's not just ISIS. Trust me, you say, but no, ISIS is a radical Islamic group. Mr. President says that ISIS isn't really Islam. Well, this is Islam. They're not going around chopping people's heads off, although they do chop people's hands off. But this is moderate Muslims. Moderate. This is why you don't see any moderate imams coming on television and condemning ISIS. Because down in their heart, down deep, deep, deep in their heart, they believe the same thing. They believe the same thing. Maybe they're not as radical as carrying it out, but they'll just go arrest 28 innocent people for praying to Jesus and take their Bibles and throw them into prison and dare you to say a word about it. Well, I'll say something about it. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. And Mr. President, I need to hear you say Christians are being persecuted. I need you to hear it. Instead of you saying, well, it's mostly Muslims being killed by ISIS, when we all know it's not. We know it's Christians. We all know it's Christians being killed. And the genocide continues. And the persecution. And did you forget about the 300 girls that were abducted from that Christian school in Nigeria by Boko Haram? Bring our girls back. Remember that campaign? It was really cool. Did we all forget? Because those kids are still being raped and sex slaves to these monsters in Nigeria. I haven't forgot. And I know God hasn't either. Keep praying, folks. Persecution's here. It's in the Bible. And then we're in the last days.